we're here today to talk about how to stay calm and healthy and stress-free, or as much as possible, over the Christmas season, okay? So I'm Donna with Elderly Adventures, and we just want to try to minimize stress as much as we can. So I have 5 tips for you guys to how to do that and how to make your holidays happy without sacrificing anything, but trying to remain stress-free, or at least as stress-free as possible. And don't mind my kitten in the back. She's definitely playing with these, you can see that the light just bounces on the wall, and there's my hand. She will chase that too, right? She's so funny. Anyway, so the first thing I want to talk about is managing holiday stress. So you have to acknowledge the stress. So that's the first thing you have to do. So make sure that you're aware that you're being stressed, okay? And you have to say to yourself, okay, I can feel this stress. I need to do something now about it. I don't need this in my life right now. So how can I do something about that? So the first thing you want to do is have realistic expectations. So what is realistic for you to do, for you to go places, for how much time you can spend somewhere, or having people over? How much can you actually handle? You want to make sure that you have solid expectations, okay? And then the next thing is time management. So how are you going to fit everything in? When are you having people over? When are you going to other people's places? How are you getting there? How are you getting home? All these things. And if somebody says, oh, don't worry about it, we'll take care of that. No, you say, I need to know. I need to be able to plan my days, and I need to know, so I don't have stress over the holidays. So again, you're acknowledging your needs and you're asking for what you need. The next thing is say no when you need to, okay? So what do you have to say no to this year? Is there invitations that you just need to say no to? Is there stuff that people expect from you? If they expect you to make a big turkey dinner again this year and you're not feeling up to it, it might be time to pass the baton. My oldest daughter, a couple of years ago, has taken over our Christmas dinner. And it is done on Christmas Eve every year, has since the kid's been young, and she's taken it over. And now I just bring something. I either bring the turkey, or I'll bring some vegetables, or I bring the potatoes, or I bring a salad. This year I'm bringing a cheese plate. So these things are important to determine. Even if you have nowhere to go and nothing to do, how are you going to fill your time so that you're not sitting there just doing nothing? So that's also time management. The next thing you want to make sure is being mindful. So taking breaks when you need to. If you've got a house full of people and you need to take a breath, go in the kitchen or go in your bedroom or in the bathroom and take 2 minutes. You know, inhale, exhale. Nice deep breaths. Ground yourself, center yourself, tell yourself you're going to be okay. Sometimes that's all you need. And sometimes you may need to go to somebody special and say, hey, you know what? I need a hug. And they give you a hug. And it just brings you back to ground zero, right? And you can pick up where you left off. Second tip I have for you is maintaining your physical health, okay? So you want to make sure you're eating properly, you're staying hydrated, so making sure you're drinking enough water or whatever beverage that you drink. I drink Crystal Light. That is my go-to. I also drink Diet Pepsi, and I'll have a coffee, and I don't really drink alcohol very much, but I will have a glass of wine or two. And once in a while I'll have a beer too, right? But yeah, so I don't drink alcohol too much. It doesn't agree with me. So make sure you're staying hydrated. And about meals, you want to make sure you're eating often. So you don't have to eat a lot. Just pick a little bit often, especially when you're busy, especially when you're stressed, okay? And healthy foods, something that's going to be good for you. So maybe you cook some chicken breasts and you cut it up and you put it in your fridge. And every so often you just take a couple of bites of a chicken breast or some cheese for protein, or you have a couple of scoops of yogurt, get that protein into you, okay? And I do believe that it will help you feel better and it'll help you go. It'll give you energy. And when you're eating all the sweets and stuff like that during the Christmas season, little portions, okay? So little wee bites. So it's okay to have, 2 or 3 cookies, but maybe have, a couple of bites of a cookie, then wait a bit, drink some water, have another couple of bites, okay? Same with alcohol beverages. So you have an alcohol beverage and then you have a glass of water and then you have another alcohol beverage. You make spritzers out of your wine or add a lot of mix to it. You want to make sure that you are taking care of your health, and food and hydration is really, really important, okay? And then you want to make sure that you're being active enough. You don't want to sit too long. You don't want to be running on your feet too long. So you need to sit down sometimes, put your feet up, and other times you need to get up and move around. So have a balance there, and you will feel so much better. And then the next thing I want to talk about is getting enough sleep. When we're stressed, we tend not to be able to sleep very much, but try. So even if you can't sleep, you're resting, and that will help you immensely. So make sure you're getting enough rest, making sure that you try to get enough sleep, okay? And that will, again, help reduce stress on you while she's stressing out like crazy. So that would really, really help over the Christmas season. Number 3, you want to make sure that you are getting involved in social engagements. I think it's important that you engage with people over the season. If this is something that's important to you, you want to get involved. You want to do that as much as possible. Maybe you can volunteer at a soup kitchen. Maybe you can volunteer for the homeless. There's other volunteer opportunities as well around Christmas. There could be food drives that you can volunteer at. There's all kinds of things. So just ask around, search online, or get somebody to search for you and find some volunteer opportunities. There's senior stuff going on all over the place, especially around the season. Maybe at your church, maybe at some kind of fellowship group, the YMCA, whatever it may be, right? There is a lot of stuff going on for seniors. You just have to get out and get involved. And if you can't get out, try an online community, okay? So try to get involved in some kind of online community. The 4th thing that I would suggest, and this goes with the 3rd thing, but it's a little bit different, and it is spending time with children. So the best way that I know is to volunteer as a reader. So you can go to libraries and you can read for children and bookstores as well. And it is just wonderful to be able to go and read Christmas stories for children. And there's nothing better than seeing that awe of Christmas on children's faces. Maybe in the mall close to you, there's a Santa Claus there, and maybe they need an elf. Maybe they just need a little helper for one day a week. Wouldn't that be awesome to feel that and to see all those children so happy? So that's the 4th thing. The last thing I want to talk about is having self-compassion. So you want to be compassionate with yourself. Whatever your situation is, regardless if you have lots of people around you and lots going on, or if you have nothing going on around you, you want to make sure that you are using self-compassion, and then you want to extend that self-compassion to other people around you. So when you go out in public and people are just rushing around and they're stressed and they're busy and they're bumping you around or whatever they're doing, just remember that they're stressing out as well, and try to be compassionate. The more compassionate we are, the better we will manage, okay? And that includes ourselves and others. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, please subscribe and hit that bell for notifications for my next video. Try to bring in all the special feelings and attitudes and wonders of Christmas to the whole season of Christmas this year. Be brave, be strong, and love endlessly. I wish you and your family a wonderful, Merry, Merry Christmas season, and we will talk to you again really soon.